Have you noticed that the leaders that take the money never end up winning another championship? And that the leaders that don't take the money, that share the money, share the wealth, they end up with multiple championships. I'm Nate, I'm the FitFutureMD, upload every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Pick up that free copy of the nutrition and workout guide. I'm currently down 44 pounds. And if you're interested in how I did that, pick up your free copy of the nutrition and workout guide. I'm the owner of Ensorsale. Ensorsale is family. Together we rise up from humble beginnings to inspire others all over the world with the messages on our t-shirts. Wear your inspiration today and use FitFutureMD for 20% off. So, this is kind of a lesson for business, right? So, if you're in a business, you're a solopreneur, right? And you finally figure out the way to make money, right? You finally figure out, a way to get customers, to have customers refer your product to other people, whatever, right? Exactly what I'm trying to do with Ensorsale, right? Trying to get people to, wear their inspiration, share their inspiration all over the world. Hopefully they wake up and see, other people wearing the same inspirational shirt or a different one, and they'll be inspired to change their life, to improve their lives, right? Not just settle for average, right? So basically you finally do that, but instead of saying, okay, let's grow the business, you say, all right, well, I'm gonna pocket that money, right? I'm gonna pocket this income. And so when you do that, you're guaranteeing that your business goes to zero, right? Because eventually, you're not going to be able to work at the capacity that you're working at, right? Eventually, you have to have talent around you to win, right? So that's what the football reference is, right? You look at the quarterback that's considered the greatest of all time now that he's retired, right? And his name is Tom Brady, right? And as much as I don't like him because I'm a Panthers fan, he's absolutely considered one, the greatest, right now, right? Before that you had, Breeze and Manning and, Rodgers are all up there, but, everyone knows who has the championships. So I was like, well, what's the difference, between these guys? Well, Tom Brady took a pay cut, right? He was never the highest paid quarterback in the league. He was paid well, but he left enough money on the table to get that one more good player, right? That one extra person to make his team better, right? I mean, how do you think they were able to get Randy Moss, right? And you talk about career numbers, when you can just throw it 60 yards and the guy always catches it, your career numbers kind of go up real fast, right? But they actually didn't, they almost went undefeated, right? And, one phantom catch, they were one phantom catch away from, 8 Super Bowls, right? But I digress on that. Not really a Tom Brady fanboy, but his decision not to take a bunch of extra money is really, is what allowed him to win multiple championships. Whereas you look at Aaron Rodgers took the max, and then all of a sudden his teams just started getting worse and worse and worse, right? So, he tried to find a team that was just him away, at the end of his career to try to win another championship, and that's why he went to the Jets. The Jets are literally him away from being a good team. All right, they got a good defense. They got good pieces around. They just need that good quarterback to come in there and do well, right? But so you do the same thing in business, right? If, you finally get your product to take off, well, that's when you take the money that you made and you hire another killer. You hire another person that can do the exact same output as you. And even if they can't do the same output as you, maybe they do 70% of the output, right? Well, you've just grown your business by 70%, right? If they can do 70% of the output, you know, depending on how much you have to pay them, right? You've grown the bottom line, right? And that's the key to scaling, right? Like to leave more money in the business than what you took out, right? So, and there is a a formula for that. Most business owners just take out what they need to live, right? But they're gonna have the nice house, the nice car, like, you know, their kids are gonna be dressed in to the nines when they become successful, and then all of a sudden you see them, you know, and they're broke, and you're like, well, how'd you get broke, man? You had the best store on the corner my whole life, or you had, you know, whatever, right? Like you were the best lawnmower person, you know, in ever. You were, man, you pressure washed our house for years. Like how did you go broke? You know, like whatever. Even in the you know, those are service-based business, but you know, examples. But right, how do these big businesses go broke? Right? Like what do they do? Most of the time they get outrooted by technology because they didn't take money and invest it into, you know, technology, right? So, and then you see sometimes you invest in technology and it doesn't, and it, you know, it hurts your brand, right? So like AT&T right now is struggling, right? Because, you know, they invested in 5G and 5G was just not as good as they hoped it would be, right? You know, and because their 5G wasn't as good, they lost market share, right? And they went into big debt to catch up to Verizon and other companies with the 5G, right? So at the end of the day, in a down cycle, debt is the reason that most companies go broke, right? And, you know, if you're a small business owner, most of the time that debt is to cover your lifestyle, right? It's not even to, you know, grow the business. It's just, hey, I need to pay myself, you know, a little bit more money this year, so I'm gonna, you know, get this loan on this equipment or whatever, right? And there's a big push in the industry right now to say, hey, well, I can get $50,000 on a credit card, and Bank of America will put 40% of that into my bank account. Well, I can take that 40%, you know, and say early it's at 5% early, you know, it's a low interest rate or something, and I can throw that into real estate. You know, go ahead and buy my house. You know, basically I put none of my own money in there, and I got a renter, and the renter's paying it off. Blah blah blah, right? And people do that stupid shit, and then they wonder like, oh well, it's a down market, my renter can't pay. You know, how come I'm losing everything? There you go. Like you know, from I would say 2012 to now has been nothing but up for real estate, and you know, eventually they're going to tighten that up, right? Like you can't, the things that worked, you know, in 2012 are not going to work now, right? You have to come up with more money down. You know, interest rates are higher, right? The rents have to be higher when you buy something brand new, like, and you know, you have to let the rents catch up to that, and it may take 4 or 5 years for the rents to ever catch up, and you got to be able to hold on to that real estate, right? Or, you know, so, but the point of the video is that when you finally become a champion, you finally get paid, right? You take that money and you invest it into leverage, some kind of leverage, whether that's employees, whether that's technology or whatever. Most of my business is technology, right? Like video editing, coming up with, you know, pictures for the t-shirts, designs, you know, all that kind of stuff, right? That's, you know, the new design out is the Difference Maker design. You know, I hope y'all pick that up. You know, there's a few of those left, right, in each size. So I'm hoping to finally sell out of those soon. And, you know, I'm hoping to have to bring it back, really, because it's really a great T-shirt, right? It's really a great inspirational thing, right? You see the firefighter, the nurse, the teacher, doctor, cop, on a T-shirt. Like, those are the difference makers in your community, and really felt like that was really a tribute to them. So, all right, guys, shop at Ensorsale.com. Like, comment, share the video with somebody that needs it. How this channel grows is by you sharing the video, so please share the video, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.